Hey everyone, it's Dave from Dave's Ohio Barbecue. What I have today is not really a barbecue video at all. It has to do with some of the gear that I use to make my barbecue videos. I've recently purchased a Rode Wireless Go microphone system. I'm using it right now. The microphone is here in my pocket, and that's what you're hearing. I'm using my iPhone to record this just to give you an idea of what the sound's like. I'm not going to give you some sort of technical review of this microphone. That's not my specialty. There are hundreds and hundreds of websites and hundreds of videos out there that will give you a full rundown of the features of the Wireless Go microphone system and everything else. Not what I'm up to. What I'm going to talk about is the way that I sort of modified it, because how it came out of the box, I wasn't real happy with. There was one feature about this thing that really kind of disappointed me. That was this. This is the carrying case that comes with the Rode Wireless Go system. And if you look, it's just this little, Velcro fabric thing, directions. It's not very stiff. It's slightly padded, but not very good. And the problem with that is, if you're out on a shoot, you're somewhere, kind of throwing your gear around, this isn't really going to protect much of anything. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to modify a hard case, and I am going to make it suit my needs for my Rode Wireless Go system. Stick around. All right, so first what we're going to do is we're going to take a look of all the equipment that comes with the Rode wireless microphone system. So to start, you've got the receiving end of the unit that attaches to your camera or your phone, and then you also have the mic system that goes on the person that's talking, or you can hook a lavalier mic up to it or whatever you want. But those are the two pieces. They're really small. They're about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches squared, around like that. You've got two wind socks, or dead cats as they're called, to snap onto the microphone. You've got a cord for connecting the receiving unit to your camera, and then you've got a USB-C charging cord, and instructions, and then the little flimsy case. And just to show you, you can fit it all in there. The two units fit in the pouch side by side. You kind of have to like wedge them in there. And then on top of that, you can crush the cord in there. You can crush the charging cable in there. You can then go and take the dead sock or dead cats, whatever you want to call them, and put them in there as well. But you can see it's kind of hard to Velcro, and it really doesn't do much for protection. It's just soft. Someone could, throw it or drop it or step on it, and you wouldn't be in very good condition. Plus, if you want to use this microphone with an iPhone, you need to get yourself an iPhone cord that will work with the Rode Wireless, because if you've ever noticed, a lot of iPhone headphones, they have the plug has 3 rings around it. So you need an adapter that's called a TRS to a TRRS adapter, and that RR means that extra ring that's on the top there. Okay, so need that. And then in my case, I've got an iPhone 8. I've got this little dongle that converts the lightning port into like a headphone jack port. So if I take that and try to stuff all that into the case as well, you can see it's just, it's not worth it. So first step was I went on Amazon and I found this Orico hard case, 2.5 inch hard case. It was $7, I believe. It was Prime, so it was free shipping. It came in a couple of different colors. And it's just pretty simple, just a hard case that zips around. And on one side, it's got a little mesh pocket for stuffing stuff, and on the other side, it's got elastic band. It's meant, I think, to hold your phone if you're traveling or something like that. And you can see, as is, I can get all the equipment out of the bag that I had there, all the cords, all the socks and everything, and stuff them into the pocket pretty easily, and they'll stay in there. And then I've got the whole other empty side for the receiving and the sending unit. Problem with this is, the receiving and the sending unit are just sitting in there loose. And that's not ideal, because they will slosh around, they will bang around a little bit. I want to make this even more, protective than just that. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to build a sort of insert to go underneath that elastic band that's made out of foam rubber that will hold both of those receiving units in place, and maybe some additional equipment as well, because there is actually a decent amount of space over there on that side of the case with the elastic band. So you can see I got a little template that I cut out of paper here, and this is what I'm going to use to cut my piece of foam. The foam I'm going to be using today is just a piece of anti-fatigue floor mat. You can buy it, at Home Depot, Lowe's. I got mine from Harbor Freight. If you got a Harbor Freight around you, a pack of 4 2-foot by 2-foot sheets of this stuff comes to, I think it's $9. And plus, if you have the 20% off coupon or a 25% off, you're looking at, a couple bucks, like $6, $7 to get these mats, and you'll have enough of this foam for any sort of project you want to do in the future. I originally bought it for a Halloween costume I was making for my son, and I still have 3 sheets of it left over. So I'm just going to use a piece of that to cut out my little insert today. So first thing, once I get a chunk of the foam mat there, I'm going to take my little template, save yourself some work, put any straight edges up against, the edges of the foam so you have less to cut. I'm going to trace around it with a Sharpie marker just so I can see where everything should be. And then using a knife, using a box cutter basically, I'm going to take a straight edge and I'm going to cut out around the edge of this. Make sure, it's relatively smooth. We will be doing something later to kind of smooth out the edges, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So once I have it all cut out and I like the way it looks, I'm going to make sure that it fits into the hard case. You can see there, fits nicely. I'm going to leave the elastic band there. It's just another added bit of support to hold everything in place. And then I'm going to take my receiver and sender from the wireless mic, and I'm just going to take that same Sharpie and I'm going to kind of trace around it. What I'm looking for is I'm going to have a little square opening, one for each part of the mic system, and then I'm going to have like a little area up top that I can put like maybe the bigger cord, like the USB-C charging cord or something like that, so I can hold some extra stuff on that half of the case. Because that, gets a little crowded inside of that mesh pocket, so this will give me a little bit more room. Again, once everything is traced, I'm just going to take the X-Acto blade here, and I am going to, cut everything out nice and neat. I'm going to end up using the other side of the floor mat facing up, so I really don't care about these Sharpie marks, if I remove them all or not. It's not going to ruin the look of my case. And you can see here, once I get everything cut, I'm just making this channel on the bottom here a little bit bigger. I'm going to take a heat gun. Now, if you have a hair dryer, it'll work. Just turn it on high and let it warm up a little bit. I've got more of an industrial heat gun that I got from, again, Harbor Freight. And I am just using that to kind of warm up all the edges. What it does is it just kind of rounds over the corners, kind of contracts the foam and seals it up a bit. It's just, something to kind of make it a little bit more smooth. You're not looking to melt it. You're not looking to deform it into any sort of new shape. You're just kind of looking to soften some of the corners, and that works perfectly for that. Okay, and then once that's all cooled off and everything, I've got a little jar of contact cement. It's kind of old, which is why it looks kind of boogerish. It would be a little bit more liquid if it was fresh. You could use rubber cement, you could use double-sided tape, whatever you want. You could use nothing. The elastic band will hold the foam in place just fine. But I'm just going to put a little bit on this middle section here, and then I'm also going to put some down underneath the elastic band so that that has a place to stick. Once you put the contact cement on each side on the case and on the foam, let it dry. That's the whole key of contact cement. You let it dry completely before you stick those two halves together. So slide it in there. You can see how it fits, looks nice. Then it's just a matter of popping my cord in. You can see both my units fit in there as well, my sending and receiving unit. And then all the cords that I need tuck in there nice and neat. And there you go, a really nice, convenient, hard case for the Rode Wireless Go system. Nothing's going to be sloshing around in there. The receiver and the sending unit are not going to be banging up against each other if I go and chuck this in a camera bag or something like that. I feel it's secure, it's good, and it's got a nice hard shell. So, now I'm comfortable carrying this around in my backpack. Thanks for watching. As always, make sure you follow me on social media. I am on Twitter and Instagram at Dave's Ohio Barbecue. Also, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, press the little bell so that you get notifications when I have new videos coming out. I've got a lot of videos in the works right now. They should be coming out real soon. This way you'll get notified when they come out. Also, if you have any questions for me, leave them down below in the comments. That's where I get a lot of ideas for my videos. And I like replying to people when they have questions or, comments about something I've made. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.